Since its publication in 1962, The Snowy Day has won several awards and accolades, including the coveted Caldecott Medal in 1963. In 1995, the New York City Library declared The Snowy Day to be one of the books of the century and is also one of the library's most checked out books of all time. It has been translated into 12 different languages, including Chinese, French, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and even American Sign Language. Nearly 10 million copies of The Snowy Day have been sold worldwide. And did you know that the illustration of Peter is based on a real boy? Keats was actually inspired by these images of a young boy in the May 1940 issue of Life magazine. And it was Keats' editor, Anise Duff, that strongly encouraged Keats to make Peter the focal point of the cover. She actually rejected his original sketch, which featured a snowman rather than Peter. Thank you, Anise Duff, for your service. I mean, imagine, without her insight, we would not have this iconic book cover. And it is also as a result of this iconic book cover that The Snowy Day is often criticized. Ezra Jack Keats was the child of Polish-Jewish immigrants, yet he centered his books on a young Black child. And The Snowy Day is a landmark book. It is the first picture book featuring a Black child to win the Caldecott Medal. And it is often hailed as the modern prototype of African American children's literature. And Keats's name has gone down in history and always will be recognized for this achievement. So a question scholars like myself often ask in the field is, how do we both honor Keats's achievement while also recognizing this racial discrepancy? Especially since the children's literature industry is riddled with non-Black writers and illustrators writing and illustrating about the Black experience. It is through the work of prominent children's literature scholars like Rudine Sims who can help us understand and process this kind of discrepancy. In her 1982 publication of Shadow and Substance, Afro-American Experience in Contemporary Children's Fiction, Sim acknowledges that The Snowy Day is not about the Black experience. Rather, it is a melting pot book. Basically, a book that showcases a universal experience. The Snowy Day has also been adapted a few times, first in 1964 by Woodson Wood Studio. Then in 2012, it was adapted by the Keats Foundation.
One winter morning, Peter woke up
and then by Amazon Prime in 2016. And the Amazon Prime adaptation was nominated for 5 Daytime Emmy Awards and won 2 for Outstanding Music Direction and Composition and Outstanding Preschool Children's Animated Program. I have taught The Snowy Day in my History of African American Children's Literature class, and I have created another video about The Snowy Day and AI, and I will make sure to link that video for you in the description box below. So I'm excited about today's adaptation. I've got my tea. I'm feeling quite cozy. So let's get started.
The Snowy Day, based on the book by Ezra Jack Keats.
Okay, so Lawrence Fishburne is the narrator. I can tell that voice anywhere.
One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window.
Whoa!
Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see.
So this beginning is exactly how the picture book starts, so the narration of the scene was taken directly from the book itself.
Peter! Breakfast!
Oh, okay, that's a great idea. That's terrific.
Mom?
In the kitchen.
Oh, wait, who's the mom? I know that voice.
I'm sure he would.
Oh, Regina King is the mom. That totally makes sense.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, baby.
Have you seen my mitten?
You can find it. I know you can. I know you can.
You wouldn't happen to be talking about this one I
there it
found by
is.
the cookie jar.
Oops. Thanks.
It was only a matter of time.
Somebody's happy this morning.
Did you see all the snow? I bet it goes to the top of the trees.
I bet it does too.
And tomorrow, it will be even better. You know what day it is, right?
Mm-hmm. I sure do.
Is Daddy at work already?
No, he gave everyone the day off. You think you'll have time to help Nana? She needs to bring over some food for the party tonight.
Okay, so from what I gather, this adaptation takes place on Christmas Eve, which is not acknowledged in the book. And also there is a father figure in this adaptation that does not exist in the book. Oh, and there's also a Nana who also doesn't exist in the book. They have added a ton of new characters.
Wouldn't be Christmas without
Those blueberries look really pretty.
Snowman pancakes for breakfast.
After breakfast,
Is this the crunch, crunch, crunch scene?
the snow is piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking.
Oh, I know that voice anywhere. It's definitely, yes. Definitely one of the members of Boys to Men.
Happy holidays.
Nathan, they use his actual name.
You know what today is?
I wonder if the rest of the members have a cameo in the adaptation.
Remember, Peter, Nana's watching from her house, and I'll keep an eye on you from here.
I would get all starry-eyed too. I'd totally forget that I need to go on my way to Nana's house.
I'm coming.
I've actually seen Boyz II Men in concert. They're brilliant. Oh, this is going to be the crunch, crunch, crunch.
He walks with his
Yes,
toes
exactly. Okay, so this is also taken directly out of the book too.
He walks with his toes pointing in, like this. Then he drags his feet slowly to make tracks.
Look at how all of the colors are so vivid on the snow. You can see these teals and pinks and greens and yellow. Oh my goodness, the graphics are so beautiful, especially that red cardinal up against the white snow.
Get your chestnuts hot.
The graphics are really well done. Oh, there's a new character, Anthony.
Here you go. 3 chestnuts.
He seems like a character of a typical New Yorker.
I better take only one. Oh, I have to leave room for Nana's mac and cheese.
I also don't think Anthony has on enough clothes to be in all of that snow.
Cause Nana says it tastes like love on a winter's day.
Where's his scarf?
And because you have such a wonderful
And his ears aren't covered.
with.
Don't you?
I've lived in New York, and it is no joke on those really cold days.
Of us, but we get together when we can.
Do you take the subway to see them?
It's a little far for that.
Maybe you could meet in the middle.
Now that's an interesting idea.
Okay, so I imagine that Peter probably knows everyone in the neighborhood, and they probably know him as well.
Thanks. See you, Anthony.
Ah! We got the second member of Boyz II Men. Is that Sean? Yes. Yes. I would not leave. I would probably stay there all afternoon.
Yeah, I got a little family thing actually. How about you?
Michael!
Oh, okay. He also has a cousin.
Nice haircut.
Again, they have added a lot of characters in his adaptation.
Hello there.
Hi, Mrs. Lee.
Okay, now we have Mrs. Lee.
I'm glad you think so. Your mom needs something from my store?
So I guess the premise of this adaptation is that Peter is on his way to his Nana's house, going to help her either decorate or make mac and cheese for Christmas Eve dinner. And I guess as he goes along, we're being introduced to all of the diverse neighbors who live in this neighborhood.
Wanna try?
Maybe later. Right now, I need to finish.
Oh, Mrs. Lee has to work so hard.
See you later.
Bye, Peter.
Wow, such beautiful graphics.
Flakes on his tongue and pretends they taste just like the sugar from his pancakes. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow. Plop.
That's also an iconic scene from the book.
Hi, Layla. That was funny. Nana says,
Preschool jokes are so funny.
okay, Peter, funny.
Peter funny.
What are you doing? I'm a brave knight on a mission to rescue Nana's mac and cheese from a dragon. Wanna come? A dragon?
Okay, so Layla is Peter's friend, and there is an unnamed friend in the book, but that friend doesn't appear until I think the very last page. So it's interesting that she is basically a supporting character in the adaptation, and we get to see them play together almost the whole time.
I'll take one of those. Oh, and 3 of those.
He's hiding in the bakery waiting for the cookies to be done. We need to save them.
Oh, that looks delicious.
It's so warm in here. We're getting close.
Hi, Layla.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Peter. Happy holidays. And what are you two doing?
We're looking for a dragon.
Hey, little cuz.
Why doesn't he ever play with his cousin?
Somebody's enjoying the snow.
Uh-huh.
See you later tonight.
Okay.
We finally get all 3 members of Boys to Men together. Finally. It doesn't seem like they actually play a role in the adaptation except to be the soundtrack.
Here, on the 6th night of Hanukkah, instead of getting a present, we donate one to someone who needs it more than we do.
I mean, they're a very good soundtrack, but I sort of kind of wish that they played more of a role in this small community.
Can we help?
Oh, hey there. The snow makes these really tough to move, but, oh, how about the lids?
Oh, yeah. Sure. A night shield. I think it looks like a sledding saucer. Yeah, it does. If I don't get one tomorrow, guess I could use this.
But then who would buy the saucers?
Oh, I'm hit.
This is epic! What are you doing out here?
I'm going to my Nana's.
Well, you're in deep now. This is a snowball battle to end all battles.
I'm gonna get you now. Let's go.
You're going down!
Can I play?
I don't know, little guy. We've got teams. You'd mess them up. Oh no, don't tell him that.
I could be on both teams. I'm good.
Let him play, let him play, let him play.
Wouldn't be fair. You're just too little.
I'm not that little. I can walk to my Nana's all by myself. I'm getting the mac and cheese.
Okay, so this situation also happens in the book, but it is definitely much more dramatized in the adaptation version. So I feel like it's going to come back around to this because of how long they're honing in on this conflict with him wanting to play with the older boys, but not being big enough to.
And still another.
Okay, yes. Also, the iconic scene of him putting the snowball in his pocket, and he has made it to his Nana's house. Okay, when it comes to the neighborhood, it seems to be very, very eclectic, and I've been writing notes to keep up with all of the new characters. Okay, so we have Anthony, who sells the chestnuts. He seems to be the typical New Yorker character. And then we have Mrs. Lee, who owns the store. She seems to be representing the Chinese community. Then we have a baker who doesn't have a name, who might represent the Eastern European community. Then there's Ahmed, who I believe owns the toy store, at least what I wrote here, and he seems to be representing the Middle Eastern community. And then there's Layla and her mom, who are celebrating Hanukkah, so they are definitely representing the Jewish community. And then there is George, who is representing the Latinx community. Again, all of these characters so diverse. This is probably the most eclectic neighborhood in some borough of New York.
There's more where that came from!
You okay?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so the conflict seems to be coming back. Again, they're foreshadowing or building upon this tension of him not being able to play with the older kids. I have the feeling that at some point he might be playing with the older kids later on.
Big packages too. Can you read the tag?
Just so that we get some sort of satisfaction and resolve.
Nana.
I was gonna let you open it at the party, but I think a few hours earlier won't make it any less special.
Is it?
Okay, so they brought it back up again. Perhaps we'll finally get, yes, okay. It's as a result of Nana
Well, yeah.
that Peter is
just-
going to be able to
we don't
play
wanna get
with the
hurt,
older kids.
You know?
I remember when you were
Everyone
his age
needs a
and wanted
Nana
to
like
play with the
Nana.
big kids.
Yeah, I know.
Can't you find room for one more?
But
So we've got that conflict resolved, and what are we, halfway through? I wonder if that is the only main conflict that we'll come across in this adaptation.
Especially on Christmas Eve.
come on, Peter. You can be on my team.
Yay! What about all that stuff? It's kind of in the way.
I'll move it.
Oh, there it is. Oh, don't do it, Peter. Don't leave it alone. Oh, I can almost guarantee something terrible is going to happen to that mac and cheese and those presents. And then that will be the next big conflict that we'll then have to wait to see how it gets resolved. Oh, and then of course there's a foreshadowing of a cardinal, so we know. we already know. It's a bad idea. Go straight home, Peter. Go straight home.
Round and cold, the snow.
All good family fun playing. Oh. No. 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 Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's skiing. It's skiing. Oh, they can't. Okay. All of those people running could not get to it fast enough. Bumping and skidding and skiing faster and faster. I mean, I guess that's what a saucer does, right?
Until
It's too fast for them. There it goes.
his
Ah, there it goes.
the presents. Everything.
Everything was ruined. Even the mac and cheese.
There would be no mac and cheese.
That's the
for
worst.
Christmas.
And his saucer broke. Okay, wait. I'm from Florida, so maybe I'm naive, but aren't they made of metal or plastic? So I can't imagine a saucer breaking that quickly unless it was just absolutely poorly made.
But I'm so sorry about your saucer.
Again, I'm from South Florida, so maybe I'm the naive one.
Peter remembers about the snowball he put in his pocket and looks for it. But his pocket is empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad.
So now we're back on track with the original storyline, which was the reason why Peter is sad in the book, because his snowball melted. But in the adaptation, it makes sense that that wouldn't be enough to hold the conflict and tension for this long. So obviously now it's about the mac and cheese. But it also makes me think that Peter is older in the adaptation version versus the book version, because he is upset about the snowball in the book and that's all he's upset about. So I'm thinking that maybe in the book, Peter is 5, 6, 7 years old, whereas in the adaptation he seems to be more wiser. So I think he could be around 8, 9, 10 in the adaptation.
Important is how we feel being together,
which is just interesting.
Tonight's so special. Now, let's get you warmed up inside and out.
Hear the crunch of the snow beneath my feet. Hear the sound of the wind. The song it sings and it makes me feel so alive. Wish this day
In the bath, Peter...
This is also a scene from the book, however, the reminiscent nostalgia of what happened earlier in the day isn't a part of the book. But this is actually a really sweet kind of compilation reminding us of all of the really nice moments that he had throughout the day. Or wait, is it? Okay, in the book version, he tells his mother about his adventures while she takes off his wet socks. And then he thought and he thought and he thought and he thought about them. Does he think about his wet socks, or is he thinking about his thoughts? Well, at least in the adaptation, we know that he's thinking about what happened earlier in the day.
Maybe it hadn't been such a bad day after all.
There he is.
I love that we finally get to see Peter's dad. I sort of kind of wish that he also had a full family in the picture book, but it's really great to see Nana and his father, and of course, I knew everyone was going to come over. It only kind of hones in on the importance of this very diverse New York community.
Merry Christmas!
Ah, yes, of course, the baker.
Hi, Peter.
I wonder if we will also see Miss Lee or Mrs. Lee and Ahmed.
The more the merry.
Or even Anthony.
Well, sure,
Okay.
of course. Come in.
Yes.
Navidad, Peter.
There we go, George.
Tamales?
Ah, yes, Mrs. Lee. I think we only have a few more characters to go.
Mac and cheese kind.
Okay, so they all come together and sing, snowy day, precious time, snowy day, build that atmosphere filled with joy. Wish this day could last forever when it snows. Yes, we are satisfied with how everything turned out, although we still didn't see Ahmed. I guess he's with his family too.
Yeah.
Is that Ahmed?
That be?
It must be because Ahmed owns the toy store, and if I remember, there was a saucer in the window. And yes, the whole pun around the night when they were holding the trash cans, pretending to shield each other from, I guess, the sticks.
Some holiday magic. I don't know.
So even though we don't see him, he definitely shows up in this last scene. Okay, so we're back to the picture book ending. Are we going to get Boys to Men again to sing us out?
Snow.
Yes.
Can you feel the calm all along the city?
That was really cute. Thank you for watching the adaptation of The Snowy Day with me. I hope that you enjoy your holidays as well.
I wish this day could last forever when it Snow